Hey guys, it's been a while. We're here today, Paving the Lowcountry. Steven, VP of Sales, Lowcountry Paver. We got Kevin Paige, Marketing Director. Today we also have Jay Graham. He reps our Charleston and beyond markets. We're super excited today. We're going to be talking about how to market your hardscape business.
All right, let's just get into it. So yeah, we're going to chat about some tips for marketing your hardscape business today. Yep. We just have a little bit of a chat about it before we get into kind of the top steps that I would say any hardscape installer contractor really needs to build their business, to get leads, to show off their work and all of those things. We see it every day. We have some guys who are very active promoting their businesses, and other guys who are very just focused on the work, on installing, doing the work, and yeah, it works on both sides of it. It does. Both of those types of installers are busy.
We see a lot of our installers, they're great tradesmen. And sometimes where they lack is that marketing side. They might not know how to develop that or how to build that out. And so that's why we wanted to talk about this today, to kind of lend some insight into what that looks like. Because in the hardscape world or any business world, if you're not marketing your business, if you're not generating leads and sales, you don't have a business per se. So it's very important that we discuss these steps and look at some tips to market your business better so you can actually develop it and build it and grow and continue producing revenue and turning jobs over. So, if you want to talk about like one of the first overarching themes we'll look at.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess I could give a little background on myself, because I'm sure our installers who are listening in the Charleston, Hilton Head, Bluffton markets, they know you guys. They know Steven and Jay. I'm a little bit more in the office, a little bit more behind the scenes, but I am the marketing director for Lowcountry Paver. So this type of stuff is what I do. Some of you guys probably know me, but in case you don't, that's a little tidbit about me. This is what I live and breathe every single day. So the first thing that you really need to do as a hardscape installer is you need to have an online presence. It's just a fact of the world nowadays. People will Google as soon as they have an idea.
Right.
Or they'll ask Alexa while they're sitting in their living room.
100%.
And Alexa's just going to search Google for the answer. So if you don't have your business listed online, at least a Facebook page, preferably you need to have a website, ideally both. Your business basically doesn't exist in the world. Because if people can't find you online nowadays, they're never going to find you.
Yeah. How can they call you if they don't know you exist?
Exactly. Yeah. So first thing to set up, I would say, Google My Business, claim your business on Google. That's as simple as just logging into your Gmail account, add a business, add some photos, your logo, your location, could be your home or your service area.
Or a P.O. box.
However you want to list that. And then your phone number.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest things to have on there. Google My Business will literally put you on the map in the terms of Google. So when people go on and search hardscape installers and they click on map, I know I do a lot of Google searching just through my Google Maps app on my phone when I'm looking for restaurants, when I'm looking for things to do.
100%.
That's the first place I go. So if you're not listed there, you're missing out, because that's the first place people look.
And listen, if you can't figure it out, if it's a little too complicated, just Google it. They'll show you how to do it. For sure.
Exactly.
So.
You can Google anything. If Google has set it up so it's pretty straightforward and easy for small businesses to do too. So second thing, you need to either have a website or a social media account. I would say you need to have both.
Yeah.
The website is, if you don't have a storefront, if you just are working in your truck or on job sites all the time, you need basically a house for your business, and that's going to be your website.
Yeah. It brings legitimacy to your business.
Exactly.
Like it makes you seem and appear like you are absolutely a legit business. Mm-hmm. Having that website. Social media is great. We'll talk about that in detail. Like you have to have that too, but having that website, and now it's so much more obtainable. I think hardscapers, but other service industries in general, they're kind of intimidated by that. But from building a website, I mean, there's templates out there that you can build it yourself. Yep. You can find someone freelance to build you a very inexpensive website to act as a shell so that you at least have a landing page. You have an About Me section. You have some photos of some jobs, some of your services. Where do you service? Where do you primarily work? What are your level of expertise?
Yep.
Like it can just be like a generic landing page, but at least you have that website.
Some of the best websites in the world are the simplest websites, and you don't need much on your website. You can use any of the website builders. I would recommend if you want to do it yourself, you can use Squarespace or Wix. Very easy drag and drop templated websites where you can add all your information, 3 pages, a home, portfolio, about, and contact page. So I guess that's 4 pages would be basically your start point for that. Yeah. So your website doesn't have to be super complicated at all. It's your storefront online though. So when people do that Google search, they find you on Google Maps through Google My Business. Now they have a place to go and learn more about you, see your work, and actually fill out a form or call you, and you can convert on that lead and set up an appointment for an estimate.
Absolutely.
The third piece to this is just setting up a basic online presence would be a social media account. And I would 100% recommend Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook account at this point. It's the largest social media platform. There's like 3 billion people on there, monthly active users. Don't have to go overboard with this. Set it up, put your logo in, start posting photos of your jobs that you take while you're on site. And we'll get into that in a little bit here.
Yeah.
That's really all you need to do there. Make sure that you're responding to any messages that come in a timely manner. Be active. Follow your manufacturers. Follow us.
Your suppliers.
Anybody that you work with, your friends and family.
Right.
Ask them to share your profile page too.
Yeah. And also join local pages. So like every
Absolutely.
county, city, wherever you live, they're going to have a local ask page, and people will skip Google and they're going to use Facebook as a referral. So they're going to say, hey, I need a hardscape contractor in Bluffton to build a patio for me.
Yep.
Well, boom. If you're active on there, you can chime in and say, hey, we'd love to give you an estimate.
Yeah.
Share some of your work, send them a direct message, and boom, you're in. And that was free. It cost no money.
It costs no money. It's just a little bit of time, very minimal effort.
Right.
You can do it while you're sitting in your truck in between job sites while somebody else is driving, obviously. and just shoot off a few of those messages in those local groups. Comment on some similar businesses 100%. Around. Get that engagement up. That'll increase your visibility and increase your following on there. So tag us on jobs that you install. We almost all the time will share anything that's tagged from any of our installers. Great way we have 35,000 followers currently on Instagram.
Yeah. Organic and local too.
Yeah.
Organic and local.
Because there's, other companies may have a lot of different followers, but they could be in Canada, they could be out west.
Yeah.
I think the majority of our followers are local.
Highly regional. Right.
The audience is specific to the local contractors. So I think that's important.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll share that out. That's a great way for you to increase your reach of your jobs that you're proud of, that you've taken content, that you've worked hard on, taken photos of. Again, post those on your website as well. Yeah. Have those places where people, when they're looking for you, they can find you.
Yeah. And if you're going to be very active on Facebook, backlink from the website so they know they can follow you on Facebook. Yep. Always include and embed that link so they can just click it and follow you. And then, you might not have to update your website as frequently if you build that Facebook following up, and it makes it a little bit easier to communicate and be active.
Speaking of collecting photos and posting them on your site, you need to be on your job sites collecting footage, video footage, photos, before, after photos of any jobs that you're working on. Anything that is super unique that you've done, excellent craftsmanship close-ups of some of those things. Those are great things to post on social and to just have in your back pocket when you go out and sell your jobs.
Content sells here. So we work in an industry where people are bringing projects to life. We're building these visions that our clients have. So if we have that content to showcase, we can show people what you as a contractor and hardscaper are capable of. They're going to buy that because they can actually see what you've done in the past. Jay does an exceptional job of capturing photos, videos, and organizing them so he can pull from them as a reference point. So you mentioned get specific job features and organize them appropriately. So if you do an outdoor kitchen or you do a fire pit or you do a seating wall, take videos and photo of that, organize it in your phone under a file. And then that way, if you're on a job site and a client says, hey, we'd really like to do an outdoor kitchen, great. Here's 10 examples of the last 10 I've done.
In 10 seconds, you can pull it up.
100%.
Yeah.
And they're sold, like they want to buy at that point because you've shown them and helped them, realize that vision. Really.
Yeah. Anybody who's listening in our Charleston area, I'm sure you've seen Jay's Instagram posts, his Instagram stories. So Jay, what do you look for when you're out there? What are some tips?
If you do a hardscape job, a patio or a driveway, I think obviously collecting photos is important because you want that for your portfolio and to use to sell. But I also think I found that doing like a wide angle video and doing like a 3 to 5 second clip, maybe from left to right, from right to left, those look pretty good. You can use them in various different ways. You can clip them all together, make a video reel on Instagram. You can just use maybe just one piece of that video for a story on your Instagram. You can tag LCP in it. LCP will share it, so you're gonna get a broader audience on that project. So there's different ways you can use those. So I would say gather as much content as you can after every job because you never know how you can utilize it later on. And like Steven mentioned, not just doing the wide angle videos of the entire job, but maybe get some close-up videos of the fire pit, get some close-up videos of the outdoor kitchen, the countertops that you're doing, maybe some custom steps that you're doing, turf, whatever it is, columns, caps. Get close-ups of all those because you could be talking to a potential client and those questions will rise up. Well, you can pull those out and say, this is how we do our columns. This is how we do our outdoor kitchen. And B, later on, you can go back to those, clip them together, and post a really cool reel on social media to, build your social media presence and your website. So
yeah, and don't be overwhelmed with social media, and you don't need to be the most advanced video creator on the planet. You don't have to be the most tech savvy person, videographer with the highest end equipment like we have in here.
Yeah,
at the moment.
phone works just fine.
Literally an iPhone,
this is great.
Yeah.
Honestly, two phones.
And honestly, I always used to recommend getting like a gimbal to use, but now with the new iPhones, it has the stabilization in it, so you don't even need a gimbal anymore.
Yeah. And just look online at Instagram accounts that you like. They don't even have to be Hardscape businesses. See what their music they're using. See what how they're stitching things together with their clips, or just post something and see how it goes. It's free for you to do. You can literally just go on Instagram, select multiple videos.
There's templates. You can just you
click
can drop
next,
like 5.
It'll automatically sync. Put a piece of music over it and post it.
Boom.
Done.
And it doesn't
Very
have to be
simple.
like super refined.
No.
Post it and
just get it out there.
Right.
Better to have it out there.
Notice.
Yeah. And I guess the last thing with the content, share that with me.
Yeah. Right.
We'll put my email in the description of this video.
Yeah.
So that you guys can send it to
and
me.
our handles too. So you can follow us, send it to us directly.
Follow us, send it to us, tag us. We'll be sure to share it. All that content that you guys send to me as Hardscape installers, I lean on that to market Lowcountry Paver and you guys as well. So as we're getting leads and recommending our installers out in the field, if somebody comes in on a specific post and says, hey, I love this, your name is right there. Even if we posted it, we'll tag you.
Yeah.
We'll put the color, the product, all that information for you.
I think it's also good to mention, for our LCP preferred installers, these are a lot of things that we're open to helping those businesses with.
Yeah.
Some of this marketing, some of this content creating, getting drone shots, and things like that to help, build up their business.
Yeah, I have this listed kind of later on our show doc.
Right.
But, I'm here to help. We just launched LCP Preferred, which is really a tool for you guys to use as a hardscape installer to lean on me for help with marketing. So if you need help setting up ads, if you need help
building a website,
content, getting put in the right direction for getting a website put together, any of those things, I'm here to help with that stuff. Absolutely, my phone can ring all at once from installers, and I'm open to help. So
leverage us. And what I'll say too is, as a hardscaper, don't get overwhelmed at the prospect of having to get more video and build these reels and post on social media. Like, if you're intimidated by that, other people can do that for you, right? That's maybe a position you look to hire for, or bring on someone part-time to take those pictures, or lean on someone on your crew to capture that imagery. Like, you don't have to do all of it. Like
that guy who's always on his phone, not doing any work,
But have him his phone to work.
Tell him,
hey, why you got that phone out?
Perfect. Whoever that guy is, just saved
Shout
your
out to
job.
that guy.
Saved your job.
Shout out to phone guy.
Aside from online digital marketing, the content side of things, there's still a very important aspect that a lot of people miss or that they forget about, and that is the business collateral piece. Business cards, a logo, something that identifies you that you can hand out. Obvious must for any small business, any business in general.
That's your brand. I mean, otherwise you have no brand if you don't have those things.
Did I just say band? I think I did.
It's okay.
Gear for your squad. Get some shirts. Get some hats. You can get some Lowcountry Paver hats if you want.
Right.
Just let us know. We'll do co-branding. And then one thing that we've seen be pretty successful, especially as of late, as we've started providing more of these to our LCP Preferred members, on-site signage. Just a yard sign as you're doing a driveway in one of these neighborhoods.
Right.
Put a sign out while you're working there. While the pallets are sitting out, while you guys are laying pavers, doing at any point. And we can help with that. We'll provide those for you.
Magnets on the trucks too.
Magnets on the trucks.
Make sure people know who you are.
And the big thing with I think with the yard signs, like some of those neighborhoods are really tight knit. You got a lot of folks walking to and from pickleball courts, the golf course, golf carting around, biking around, doing their thing. And, people in general, especially us, especially me, if I'm walking around my neighborhood and I see some construction going on, I'm gonna try to look over the fence and see what's happening back there.
Right.
I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. So people want to know, and if you have your information right out there, every time they go by,
it's a solid lead.
They see your phone number, they see your logo.
One of the best leads you can get right there, because they already know they like what they see.
And they see the final product.
And it's accessible.
Yeah.
In addition to the yard signs, that you stick out in the yard, I think people can leverage door knockers a little bit more too. Like, if you're working in a neighborhood, put door knockers on the neighbor's door and just say, hey, excuse the noise. We're building someone's outdoor living space next door. If you want to quote, give us a call.
Put your information on there.
Right, 100%. It doesn't have to be anything serious. I mean, and those things cost 10, 20 cents a piece.
They can just be a flyer that you stick in the door, in the door jamb. Too.
I mean, you don't want to be overly salesy, but it's an opportunity, and you're already out there. You're already building someone's space, whether a driveway, a patio, pool deck, whatever. Leverage that as an opportunity to get your name out there. Like, you're running a business. You want more leads. Use this to your advantage.
You don't want to just rely on the homeowner that you installed for to maybe not recommend you to their neighbors. Give them the information already.
Here's a little nugget. If let's say you do a project in one of these tight-knit communities, and let's say you've done the project, you went and collected all your content, you got your videos, you got your pictures, right? And they're nice quality and everything. If you have a good relationship with the homeowner, you can send those to the homeowner, and you can ask them, hey, if you wouldn't mind making a post in your neighborhood Facebook group
100%.
with those pictures and videos that you took on site, so they look great. If they will post that in their Facebook neighborhood group, it's a
Guaranteed.
pipeline of jobs that you're going to get in that neighborhood. And so
That's a good point.
I think that's that's free marketing, you know. And if you did a good job, usually the homeowner, they want to promote you, so they'll usually be inclined, especially if you've already did all the legwork for them. These are the pictures, these are the videos. All you have to do is make a post.
Yeah.
Because outsiders can't make a post in those specific neighborhood groups, but your homeowner can.
And especially you can't, as a business, they generally don't allow like soliciting new business.
They don't, and I think some
selling.
HOAs will. I think some neighborhood Facebook pages will let you do things like that, like on a certain day of the month or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you have the homeowner do that for you, you're going to generate a lot of solid leads that way. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And listen, that's not just an inexpensive way, because you didn't pay anything for that. You got paid to generate that type of lead.
Right.
You got paid to do that job. You're asking a homeowner that's happy with you to post about you, and they're usually very likely to do that.
Yeah.
And
especially if you take the videos and the pictures. If you ask them to do it, that's a little different. But if you send that to them and you say, "Hey, if you wouldn't mind making like a little post," a lot of times it's not. It's easy for them to do. So
because they're just as proud of
they
their
wanna show
new
it off.
outdoor lifestyle.
they want to help your business. You help them. Kind of create their dreams in their backyard space. So now, in turn, they want to help your business. So
I would guarantee if you did that, you're going to get one or two jobs out of it.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Without
going to
a
get
doubt.
people calling you.
And you'll get people calling you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that kind of goes into the next thing I have listed here. Get reviews from your clients.
right.
Get reviews from your customers. Google reviews, again, tying back into being available on Google. The way the algorithms of Google works, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of it, but the more positive input that Google receives from people who are searching and who have used your products, mainly reviews, the more good reviews you have on there, the higher up you are going to be listed on those searches for when people are looking for your business.
Organically, right?
Organically.
This is without pay.
This is without paying a single dime. Very simple. Ask all of your customers to go on Google and review. You can create a little QR code, put it on a business card. I know in our office we have a tap pad now where you can just hold it up to the back of the phone and it'll pull up that Google review. If you have their phone number, send them that link just to review you. Hand them a stack of business cards.
Yeah.
It's a hand to everybody.
Don't be afraid to ask for a referral. If you do a good job, you should have no problem asking, and they should have no problem giving that. If they're happy with the space, they would want to promote you.
It's simple. Every one of those things, aside from, the business cards, maybe some collateral signage, which are very minimal costs. You can build a website yourself. Those are going to cost a little bit of money to you, but for all intents and purposes, they are free.
Yeah, very minimal cost.
They are free assets for you to use in marketing. As you are ramping up your business and as you've laid the groundwork with that online presence, signage, branding, your team, the next step I would say is paid advertising. And this is where things get a little bit more complex, but still relatively simple if you are targeting small areas. And again, I'm here to answer questions, to help people through this process. I'm here to set it up for you guys if you'd like.
I think it's important too. You said targeting.
Yes.
When it comes to paid advertising, that's probably one of the most important aspects is knowing your demographic, knowing your target, because otherwise you're just throwing dollars out there. And very quickly, it can become very costly and your ROI is not going to be there. You're going to be spending way more money than you're going to be bringing in at that point.
Yep.
So when we talk about paid advertising, I think it's very important, firstly, to understand where and who you're going to be selling to.
Yep.
And you can build that demo and you can look at it and now you can figure out what you want to do with your dollars so that they go further.
Right.
And if you need help with it, I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, I'll give just a few easy points here. Be deliberate and calculated with your marketing dollars. I understand small business, any size business, marketing budget needs to provide a value. And as someone who is paying for it out of their pocket, I understand that you might be hesitant to actually spend money to market your business. And usually when you're slow, that's the first thing that goes out of your budget.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, because that's what's going to get you out of being slow. So be deliberate. As Steven mentioned, be targeted. Stray away from the shotgun approach. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure if you have an email and you are listed as owner of a company, manager of a company, you get solicited emails from every single possible advertising salesperson in Charleston, in Hilton Head, Bluffton.
That's a national issue.
National, everywhere. So I would say stay away from them for the most part.
Yeah.
While some of the bigger magazines, they look good to be in, they're probably not going to be the biggest lead drivers for you, just because they go to so many different places. Right. If you want to do like a print piece, there are a lot of neighborhoods that have a piece that goes out. Mm-hmm. Some of them are written by the people within that neighborhood. So they're very well received, and they only go to addresses within those gates. Yeah. So if you wanted to do that, that would be my recommendation. Right. Google Ads, you don't really need to spend a whole lot of money on Google Ads to get the phone ringing when it's targeted correctly. Obviously, we do a bit of marketing on Google, and that's because our business is a little bit more complex with all the things that we focus on selling in all the different groups that we target. But Google Ads as a small business,
I think if you get your
$500 a
reviews
month
up
will
too,
probably...
you'll get organic
Yep.
search volume.
Yep.
So
The good thing about Google Ads is you only pay for people who click on your website. So you're only paying for people who are actually seeing you. You're not just paying money and hoping that people find you. You're paying money for people to find you. Facebook ads are cool. We like Facebook ads a lot. You can implement lead forms within the ad that will autofill. We do this with our Facebook ads. Mm-hmm. They autofill when people click on them to send you a message with their information, so you capture that lead within Facebook. Easy as can be for all sides. Yep. Those are the three that I think any small business are going to be looking at initially when they're looking at paying for advertising in magazines, Facebook, and Google.
Right.
And you can always experiment with them. Mm-hmm. Give me a shout. I'll answer some questions. I'll help you through the process.
And with Facebook and Instagram specifically, when you're building out those ads, like, be sure you know and understand what your message is. Like, what are you trying to showcase to your demographic and your ideal customer? Mm-hmm. And then also, you got to have the content to back it up.
Yep.
So this is where, referring to what we were talking about earlier, you got to have content to build these ads out so you can showcase what you're capable of as a hardscaper, and then also know what your messaging is. Like, how are you actually going to capture that audience and get them to fill out a form. Yep. And again, these are all ways we can help, because we'll have these conversations with you as an owner and a hardscaper, and we'll dive into that because we've explored it ourselves, so we understand.
Yeah. We've done a ton of experimenting. We've found things that work. We found things that didn't. Yeah. So we have a little bit of a library to pull from of experience, and we can definitely help out. Sign up for LCP Preferred, and you can start getting some of these things. We'll share the cost of some of Facebook ads. If you want to run some Facebook ads, experiment with those. We'll share some of the costs of that. At the end of the day, we're invested in this because we want to see our hardscape installers succeed.
Absolutely.
Your success means success for us. So,
and as an industry.
Right. And we're just making people happy out there with new outdoor lifestyles. Yeah, I think that's really my marketing 101 for hardscape installers. You guys have anything else to add?
I mean, I think we hit on a lot of points there. So I think we're clean here. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Paving the Lowcountry. Make sure to stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Follow me, follow Steven, follow Jay. We'll be sure to update you. Stay in touch.